What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 5 of Inside the Mind of a YouTuber podcast. Now, today I wanted to dive into the inner workings of how I got 100,000 on YouTube. Now, once you reach that milestone, you get a wonderful plaque presented to yourself from YouTube, and it's pretty awesome. So I actually wrote an ebook about 3 to 4 years ago now that I never released, and I kind of want to dive into it, read it page by page, and help you process how you can achieve this milestone for yourself. So without further ado, let's check out the ebook. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, you can click the link in the description down below and download it for free. So how did I get 100,000 subscribers on YouTube? Well, this ebook is going to cover a ton of tips and tricks on how I reached that milestone. So let's get started. What is the secret? And this is the question that everyone seems to be asking. It's like, there is no secret. Nowadays, the stuff that I wrote in this ebook is 3 to 4 years old, but it's still relevant because if you apply these terminologies and this knowledge into your own videos, you may surprise yourself, and who knows, maybe you will blow up, be a miracle on the YouTube algorithm. But basically, the secret is yourself. It is how you present yourself. It is what you are presenting. They always say, quality versus quantity is the best possible thing, but really nowadays, as my buddy Roberto says, it's not really that. It doesn't mean that you need to be producing the highest quality stuff. It means that you need to be producing stuff that you're passionate about that can resonate with your audience. Because if the stuff you're making isn't resonating, then no one's going to watch it. It doesn't matter how much quality you have in your videos, right? 3 easy steps: create, share, reward. That's kind of like what I think about this on my channel. What are you creating? You have to figure out what your market is and make more high quality content. I know I just said quality over quantity, but really you have to think about what you can make and set a goal for yourself to make as much of that as often as possible. And then in return, you're going to grow your following and figure out more ways of becoming financially stable. Think about it like this. Like, most people are working a job and YouTube at the same time. So if you take that into account, you're working a 40-hour work week, how can you spend more time on YouTube to increase that quality? Well, that's when the quantity comes into play. If you lower your quality, but you are still giving a good amount of advice or on your particular topic, you're giving content that resonates with people, then the quality doesn't really matter. People just want to consume more of that. Like, I have a buddy that I just interviewed on the last podcast, and his quality isn't like top tier, but it's what resonates with his audience because it's just like a vlog-based style of content. And with that, his audience eats it up because it's raw, it's be there, it's like in the moment, you know what I mean? Like, so his type of content is different from someone else who's like a filmmaking channel or like an editing tutorial channel like I am. So you kind of have to figure out what your audience wants, and then you can make your content resonate with that based on the schedule that you're able to put into that. So with that, I did not start out on YouTube with the idea of making money. I simply wanted to share my creativity with the world. And that's kind of something that I stand by to today. If you're making something to make money, then it might not resonate with your audience as well as something that you would be if you were passionate about it. Like, I make content because I'm passionate about it, not because I'm trying to make a ton of money off of it. So I failed for years before I understood how to grow. For example, taking a look at this chart, in 2010 to 2016, I only got 3,000 subscribers. And it's kind of crazy to look at like the watch time at 2 million minutes, which just seems pretty impressive, but I'm not returning that viewer as a subscriber. So it's like in the span of 6 years, I only got 3,000 subscribers. So something wasn't right. And then in 2017 to 2018, my growth was 108,000 subscribers. So that was kind of the year that I figured out what works for my channel and how I can apply that to all of my videos. So for the first 6 years on YouTube, why did I grow so slow? Well, if you want to break it down, one word was consistency. I was never really posting consistent content. It was always just some random videos here and there, like I don't know, skateboarding or little vlogs here and there or behind the scenes stuff, and it wasn't really resonating with my audience. So I found that I needed to post consistent content that resonates with my audience. And before I found the purpose of my YouTube channel, I was making, as I said, random videos with these cohesive themes that didn't really match up to what I want. But then when you think about it, would you rather subscribe to someone who consistently posts similar content, or would you subscribe to someone who posts random videos that have no structure? So I spent a lot of time looking through my old videos and analyzed what was working and what wasn't. The biggest thing that I could see was I had no direction for my YouTube channel, and I figured I should probably choose a direction and go with it. And this process is something I'm going to call finding your purpose. What is yours? What is your purpose? And this is by far the hardest step, trying to figure out what purpose of your YouTube channel is going to be. I understand you may have some different goal in mind, and you can take everything that I've learned and apply it to your own channel. For me, I love creating videos relating to exploring cinematography, as well as teaching people along the way. And this led to the purpose of my channel, to share my creativity with the world. You just got to be yourself. And that's what I tell people, is like, you shouldn't try to be something you're not. And if you are, people will see that and recognize that, and it might not resonate well with them. So why is the purpose of your channel important? Well, you need to have a direction and a light at the end of the tunnel, because once you have your purpose, you can start to design intricate details about your channel, such as your goals, your upload schedule, your content, what's the type of channel that you're going for, and how is your channel going to look? Well, you have to expect things yourself before you can do them. That is a quote from Michael Jordan, and I think we need to think about that real quick. You need to go into this looking at the end goal. What is your end goal? Some people might say their end goal is 100,000 subscribers, and some people might say it's not. But once you have that end goal in mind, you can start to tailor your channel and tailor everything in it to appease and to get to that goal. So let's jump in a little bit further on some tips and tricks on how we can get to that goal. Growing up, my mother always told me I was a jack of all trades. I didn't have a particular direction, but I was interested in everything. So how am I supposed to create a goal in mind when I have all of these different interests, right? However, one thing that stood out was the mere fact that no matter what I was doing, I had a camera in my hand. I believe in creativity, and more importantly, sharing creativity. So let's set a goal. At the beginning of 2017, I made a New Year's resolution that I would make a video every single week and start to make more tutorial videos. Looking at this chart for everyone on YouTube, you can see in January of 2017, I had 3,000 subscribers. And then fast forward in December of 2017, I was over 87,000, and then basically getting up to that 100,000 mark. So what did I do right in that year? The way you need to think about it is you need to structure your goal. So looking at it, you need to state what is your goal. Like for me, it was to make more tutorials that resonate with my audience. And you have to hold yourself accountable. We talked earlier about the topic of not having a lot of time if you have a full-time job. So set like an hour a day or 20 minutes a day that you can just focus on your own YouTube channel. And then you need to plan a way of how you can achieve that. So what is physically possible given if you have kids, if you want to travel, or if you just need a break? Like what is physically possible for you? And then you need to look at the analytics, which we're going to jump into today, and monitor what your goal is doing. Are you on track to meet your goal, or are you not? So let's set some short-term goals, and these goals should be simple and quick. My short-term goal was simple: to create a video every week and start to make more tutorial videos. This was something that I could start doing right away, so I did. And then I also set a long-term goal. And these should be something that's harder to achieve, but they're designed to keep you motivated. And my long-term goal was to reach 100,000 subscribers. And I have now updated my long-term goal to 250,000 subscribers. And looking at it now, this ebook was written like 3 years ago. It's pretty exciting because I'm at 248,000 subscribers on my main channel. And that means that I'm going to have to set a new long-term goal here pretty soon. So think about it like this. Rome wasn't built in a day, so your YouTube channel will not be built in a day either. What makes you different from everyone else? Now just look at this slide real quick and process what makes you different. Everyone is making the same content you are nowadays, but what can you do that's going to make it better than everyone else? And that's kind of what I think about. Is when I started, I saw that some people were making tutorial videos, but they were just too long. They were like 30 minutes to learn the most simple things. So I was like, in this particular niche, how can I make things better? And that's what I started to do. I started to make these shorter tutorials that blew up because I was giving away free assets along with it. And a lot of my fellow friends were not doing that. They were kind of looking at it as, well, I made this, so I'm gonna charge money for it. But like I said earlier, if you start something to make money from it, then odds are you probably won't make it as quickly as you can, because people love free stuff. So I've always told myself I'm not here to be like anyone else. And this is kind of where you can make yourself stand out. Create a bullet list of everything that makes you stand out. So looking at it, I said, okay, I have shorter videos, I have more information, I have a higher quality, I can do video contests, regular uploads, I have unique ideas, and I'm community focused, and it's free content that people absolutely love. Find a way, not an excuse. We often tell ourselves like, oh, it's not possible, oh, it's too much work. But really, at the end of the day, if you have that goal in mind, you can achieve anything you want. The beginning. So at first, it's going to be rough. Your videos may not get the traction you'd like, and you'll feel like giving up, and that's the easy way out. But you just have to stay motivated. On January 1st, 2017 is the day that my YouTube channel would start to grow from nothing. I was motivated, driven, high quality videos for the community, and at the time of posting the video below, I received about 99% of the views from my family and friends on Facebook, and only a mere 1% of the current 3,000 subscribers on YouTube actually watched that video. And I want you to think about that, because as soon as you post a video, it's not going to blow up right away. It's not going to get a ton of videos or views. As Mr. Beast says, your first 10 videos are going to suck. Your first 100 videos, they're also going to suck. But it just takes one video. And I don't want to say this like meaning that you just need one video to blow up, because truly, if you're making content that resonates with a larger audience on YouTube, then eventually you're going to start getting subscribers. Like I just started this podcast channel and a vlog channel, and both of them now within a week have like 37 to like 60 total subscribers. So it's like, organically, if you're posting consistent content, then YouTube's going to push that to someone else. And that person watching is going to consume your stuff. You need to think about the YouTube algorithm as a person. And this person is just sharing his ideas with the world. And you need to think about the viewer as people as well. But you need to look at YouTube from the viewer's perspective. Each time a new person logs onto the computer, YouTube is going to say, hey, let's show him this video or her this video and see if they like it. If they click on it, they like it, they watch it all the way through, then that tells YouTube, hey, this was a good video, so let's push that to more people. And that's kind of what I learned, that when I was making content, that I can start to push my content further if it resonates with a larger audience. So, looking at my things, why are all this information important? Well, on the graph right here, you can see that I have a vlog that I posted that has 1,200 views from 2017. And then I made a tutorial video, and that video in 2017 got 50,000 views. So what did that tell me? Well, it's basically telling you that My audience didn't resonate with my vlogs, so I decided to try something different. And since I posted a tutorial video, that video resonated with a larger YouTube audience and ended up bringing in a ton of people. So if I just doubled down on tutorials, then I figured my channel would blow up. And then that's when my short-term goal became my mission of creating tutorials. And that's kind of what I did. And I'm saying this of like, we're going to dive into how to find your niche and find what works. But for me, it was focusing on helping the fellow creator in a shorter video, or in as short of a video as possible. So looking at these views, this was the first time that I received a massive amount of positive feedback and some negativity. Like people are saying, great tutorial, that was really helpful. And what did this show me? As a YouTuber, I was motivated at this moment to make more tutorial videos because they allowed me to interact with the community. So I made a plan. If I can make more tutorials that get people to subscribe to my channel, then maybe some of them will check out my other stuff, like my vlogs that I make. And it was just an idea that turned an idea into reality. But what can you take away from this? Well, for my channel, tutorials were well received. Good. But your channel is going to be different. For example, Jane Doe is a DIY house enthusiast and finds that no one is watching her DIY videos. And then she decides to switch gears and starts reviewing projects for homes, and everyone loves it. You have to find what works and find what doesn't. And that's the greatest thing about YouTube, is that not everything you make is going to resonate with your larger audience. So you have to fail. I always say you should try to chase failure, and we mentioned this on a previous podcast, but when you chase failure, you will succeed. Like I failed for years on YouTube, but I finally succeeded. So when you find out what doesn't work, it will lead you into the direction of finding what actually works. In the end, we only regret the chances we didn't take. So you should start making a video today and try something, because if you don't try, you're never gonna know. Let's look at a few more examples. So on my color grading tutorials, I have 100,000 views. On a preset pack that I released, it has 708,000 views, and now these videos have over 1 million views. On different tutorial videos, they all had over 20 to 30 to 40, 50,000 views, and a lot of comments on them as well. So what did I learn early on? Tutorial videos are more popular for my channel. Monetized videos tend to get recommended more because YouTube wants to make some money, so they're going to push those videos to a larger audience. People love free things. So if you can find a way on your channel to give away something for free, I guarantee you YouTube's going to push that video because people are clicking on it, people are downloading, people are loving it. So keep trying to do that as much as you can. Professionalism equals more subscribers. If you're confident on camera, that's going to say, okay, this guy's pretty confident. Like, he knows what he's talking about. So I'm going to click and I'm going to subscribe to him because I want to learn more from him. Consistency is key. You have to upload more frequently. And this is something that I've kind of dabbled in because I actually fell off. Like, I didn't post a lot of content in a couple years ago. And for a year, I went from 17,000 subscribers a month to literally less than 1,000 because I wasn't posting and I was burnt out. So consistency is definitely key. All right. So you need to also follow trends. And that's the thing that I talk about, is because I actually made a video on Billie Eilish's music video, and that video blew up. It has like 1.5 million views. And it's kind of crazy because if you can stay on top of trends, you're going to stay on top of the audience, and the audience is going to follow your stuff because it's fresh and it's new. And try to build a community. If you can be very impactful with your audience and talk to them, reply to comments, make them feel a sense of community, then they're more inclined to comment and like your future videos. So make something unique to your own style. Now, I told you before, my style is tutorial videos and stuff like that. So yours is going to be a little different. But speaking of different, you need to also change up the type of content you're making. And something that you do yesterday might be better than something that you do tomorrow. So you can change it and see how those videos do. And then if one does better than the other, then just double down on that. And you can also use stuff like vidIQ, which will allow you to do a deep dive and a channel audit to see what is actually working on your channel. Here's what I recommend. Embrace change. Know who you are, know what you want to create, and identify actions to create it. Answer the following questions. And if you're driving, just think about this. And if you're on YouTube, pull out a pen and paper and answer these. Who are you now? Like, who are you? Me, I'm just a kid trying to make it on YouTube and share my creativity with the world. What gives you joy? Well, when I think about joy, I think about the happiness that I can bring people by my videos, how it helps them, how they don't have to pay for anything. They don't have to go to school. They can just learn online on YouTube for free. And what are you skilled at? Like, what is your craft? What is your niche? What can you do? If you're making van life videos, then double down on that, since that's what you have. That's what you have the ability to do. And you're talented at that craft because you know how it works. Now, what are 5 words that describe your core values? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What motivates you? My motivation is smaller creators because they're making some of the best content out there and not getting a lot of views, because it really shouldn't be about how many views you're getting. It should be about what you're creating, because at the end of the day, if you're passionate about it, someone else might see that passion, recognize it, and also be passionate about it. And what do others seek from you? What do you want to create? What is your niche? The answers to the previous question are what you are. Remember that. No one can define you. You can only define yourself. So once you define yourself and your channel, you know where you want to go. And that's the biggest step, and that's the first step of starting your YouTube channel and starting your journey to 100,000. Adventure awaits. So let's dive in and jump in and see what we can learn. Chapter 2, getting noticed. What is the number one way to get more views on YouTube? And this is going to change. Again, I wrote this 3 years ago, but basically on YouTube nowadays, the number one way is like shorts, suggested videos, like recommended videos. If they're seeing your video and they're clicking on it, YouTube's going to push that to more people who are getting it recommended to more viewers, and the cycle repeats. But shorts are a great way now because it's like taking off TikTok, Instagram Reels, all this stuff, because you can consume a lot in short form content. Think about what I said earlier about how I can make a 30-minute video into a 4-minute video and it resonates better because people want to learn stuff fast and their attention span is really short. Like on my channel, the average view duration, or AVD, is 1.5 minutes, and that's not amazing. They watch the first little intro, they skip through all these little dips, and once you break down the analytics of what are they watching and when do they stop watching, then you'll understand what's actually working and what's not working. So when I wrote this, it was suggested videos. What is a suggested video? Well, videos that are based around what a viewer were watching beforehand. So they're related topics and past watch history. They line up on the right-hand side. So it's basically like what's up next, and YouTube's going to push that to an audience. So if you can get your videos on that list by using tags, titles, a great thumbnail, people clicking on it, then YouTube's going to push that to a larger audience. Now, how do you get your videos suggested to more viewers? Well, create bingeable content, because YouTube looks at it as what this person watches. If another user comes by and watches more of this guy's videos, then I'm going to push that to more people, because then they might want to watch more of it. And when people watch more of your videos, YouTube makes money. So it's a rinse, cycle, repeat, back and forth. But how do you create bingeable content? For me, it was tutorials, right? We talked about that before. But in your niche, in your craft, what is that? For my friend that I just interviewed last week, he's creating these like vlog style content that people can just watch 10 videos at a time and not get bored. So the key is making bingeable content, but also having that quality that you can physically do in the time that you give yourself. Bingeable content is best described as the practice of watching multiple episodes of a television program in rapid succession, typically by means of DVD or digital streaming. Now, how do we make more bingeable content? Well, there's this term that I came across a while ago called circular virality. And what that means is it's the concept of leveraging your content on all forms of social media that link to each other. And how can you apply this to videos? Well, one simple step: related content. So my content is tutorials. Are they related? Yes, because they all focus on Premiere Pro. But what does this content do for your channel? Well, if you look at it, you got to make connections in your stuff. So I made a cinematic lighting effect video, and that linked to the new editing effect workflow that I made in a previous video. And then inversely, I made a glitch mask effect video that linked to 2 other videos that I did because I used that effect. So it's kind of like taking in this concept of, if you make a video A that talks about video B, you can mention those and they can reference each other. So people watching video A are going to click on video B. And that's awesome. When you can get someone into this funnel of just gobs and gobs of content, you've officially made it. Connections allow for someone who is new to your channel to binge watch a couple of videos at a time. And you can have interconnected content. Instead of in individual videos, start thinking about the bigger picture: playlist, series, links, shoutouts, things that you can use to bridge all of your content under one umbrella. And that umbrella gets funneled to the larger audience on YouTube. So playlists allow for an easy way to organize your footage, have content appear next to each other, and they also inspire somebody watching your video to watch more videos from that same playlist where you can get more views. And at the time, I had the tutorial series, the vlog series, project series, live stream series, and more. So the more playlists you make, the more umbrellas you can have in your content that can funnel people. The goal is to connect everything together based on your niche. So we need to plan ahead. Make a call to action on your videos that link them together. Like, hey guys, I'm making this podcast on here. Check it out on my main channel, blah, blah, blah. Like stuff like that. Now, here's an example. I made a video that is 10 free LUTs. And I said, if you want to learn how to make your own LUTs, check out the video linked in the description. And it links to a video that shows you how to make your own LUTs. And here's another one. I made an Iceland vlog, and be sure to click the link in the description down below to check out the extended video from our trip to Iceland. The concept of circular virality, linking all of these videos together. Now, the call to action is, how do we hack suggested videos? Well, circular virality and binge watching go hand in hand. So by creating your own circle within your niche, the viewers will watch more videos of you instead of moving on to someone else. So top 5 tips to grow a channel. Let's jump in. Number 1, be consistent. Set a schedule and stick to it. Number 2, post frequently. Post more, like 3+ times a week if you can. Like, you should be posting a long form video, a short, and then maybe a story or something. As long as you're consistent, then YouTube's going to keep pushing your stuff because consistency wins every single time. And then tip number 3, plan your content. Write down video ideas as soon as you get them. Like when I'm in a car, I'm always thinking about the next video. And if something pops in my head, I pull up my phone and then write it down right away. And tip number 4, visuals and information. So spend the extra time to make your content have a higher quality and be more informative. Yeah, you could just do a screen recording, but if you actually spend the time to create these graphics and animation, then it might pay off in the end. And tip number 5, study YouTube. Research what works, like this video right here. You're going to learn a ton of stuff, and there's a ton of free stuff online, like Think Media podcast, Roberto Blake on YouTube. Like, there's so many things that give you an insight of how YouTube works, because what worked 3 years ago isn't what is working now. And I'm also in the process of figuring out what works right now for my channel so that I can double down on that. Being consistent. It's a simple idea, but it's hard to complete. So here's an example. Pay attention to the line. So this is Social Blade. Like back before YouTube decided to take away the subscribers, you could see every single day what you were making. So you can see at the bottom, I was getting plus 150 to 220 subscribers a day. And I was posting a consistent amount of content, and my video views were about 15,000 views. And then I stopped posting consistently, and my video views dropped down to about 7,000 to 9,000, and I wasn't getting as many subscribers. And this basically leads because I wasn't making consistent content. So less content means less views and less opportunity for subscribers. Now, how do you do it? Like, you have to create a schedule, create a time that works for you, plan ahead so you aren't rushed, and post your schedule on your channel to let your subscribers know when you're posting content. And then check your GEO analytics so you know when the prime time to post is. My current prime time is 9 a.m. on Tuesdays. I know that people watch my videos then, and that's when they come to my channel. So think about it like that. You can start posting whenever you want when you first start out. But then as you grow and as you become more in tune with your community, you'll be able to find out what works with them and what time they want to watch. Because those people who are subscribed and have the bell notifications on, they know that their video is going to be posting at this particular time. Like my podcast videos, they post on Friday at like 9 a.m. So if you're here and you're watching, thanks. So the more, the merrier. Posting frequently is so important. This is the same as posting consistently. I said before, post 3+ times a week. Posting more often keeps subscribers engaged throughout the week, which is important. The more videos you make, the more people will learn, and more you will learn what works. You will also push your editing skills to get videos done quickly. And that's the thing. People are like, oh, I'm not the greatest editor. I can't do these things as fast. But as you learn what works and as you figure out how you can do that with the time that you have to be able to complete these things, then it's going to become easier, and then everything's going to be set up. Like for now, I have this light right here, and then I have some stuff back there that died, but that's okay. Because you know what to do and you know how to do it, then it's going to be done faster than ever. Planning content. So don't get swamped. Stay ahead of the curve if you can. Know what you're making. Write it down. Whenever you get an idea, make a note of it. Use that list of ideas to choose from what you want to make next and add that to your schedule. Ask your subscribers what they want to see, and communication is key. If you're down in the comments or in a community post, just ask them, hey, what's going to work? Run a YouTube poll, because then they're going to tell you, and YouTube's going to push that poll to more people who aren't even subscribed to your channel. And then you'll learn what is actually going to work. So visuals and information, title, description, thumbnail, tags. For a while, I'd never really had a thumbnail idea. I didn't know what works, but for a title, you want to keep it short and informative. No one likes to read a book. Keep them short. Focus on what your theme of the video is and create a catchy title. Stay consistent with the extra fluff, meaning like your question marks, exclamation point, tildes, all that stuff. And description, share relevant information. The first 2 lines are the most important. You can post your links there. So if you want people to see what the video is about, you can give a little description about it. But for me, I found that I would post my preset link. So people see, oh, there's a preset link right here. And you can share other website links such as your social pages if you want to grow those using the concept of circular virality. And the thumbnail, this is the first thing people see, so it needs to make a statement. Use minimal text if possible, and base the thumbnail around your niche and style. I found that putting the logo of the editing software that I'm in, as well as a tiny little text blurb, and kind of make the background a little bit of what the effect will be, worked really well for my channel. And tags. What would you type to find your video? Create short tags and long tags like Premiere Pro video effect tutorial, video effect. Reword the same tag in a different way. Effect for videos, visual effects, how to make video effects, effect tutorial for videos. So you're kind of thinking about everything. And think about it like this though. Sometimes tags don't even really matter, because if somebody sees your thumbnail, they're just going to click on it. And honestly, I don't even know if they use tags to push videos much so anymore, because it's all about average view duration, like how long is someone watching your videos. And once you figure that out, then YouTube's going to push that video more. So the key is to keep them entertained the entire time they're watching your video. So understanding YouTube. Let's dive into some analytical data that focuses on YouTube. What is analytical data? Well, look into the data that is on your YouTube videos, see what's working and see what's not working. Study the trends and make your own. You can go into the advanced tab within YouTube and break down what they're watching, how long they're watching, why did they click away, what works on your channel, and then it allows you to find a market and go for it. Just make it unique and people will come. Rome wasn't built in a day, but once you understand what's working, eventually people will start subscribing. YouTube is massive. It's different and you'll stand out. So, theories I have about YouTube. Now, these may or may not be true, but this is kind of what I think. Monetized videos get more views and unmonetized videos get less views. And that's because I think YouTube is trying to push monetized videos so that they can make more money, which in turn lets you make more money. Engagement rate is really important. Now, this was 3-4 years ago, but no comments or likes means YouTube won't recommend your videos, because it's basically like saying this video wasn't good, so let's not push it to a larger audience. More watch time equals recommended more often. And this is so true. The more people watch your stuff, the more it's going to get recommended. Dislikes actually hurt your channel and chances of getting recommended. More likes equals more views. I recently even started just saying like, hey, if you guys like this video, click that like button, let me know what you think down in the comments at the earlier stages of my videos once I've given some sort of reward. Or like an example of a tutorial, once I showed them something, I was like, hey, if you guys want more videos like this, click that like button, because that tells them that, hey, they're gonna click it. And those videos tend to get 200 to 300% more likes. And then in turn, it's gonna get more views because YouTube's gonna start pushing that out. So it's something to try out, which is pretty interesting. The big grow faster. More subscribers equals more growth, and the small grows slow. I agree with this to an extent, because smaller YouTube channels can also blow up, like 1 in a million. Like there was a girl who just made a van life video and she got 1 million subscribers within 30 days and 2 million within the next month. Like that is insane, and that is a 1 in a million, but it is possible. So in conclusion, follow these steps, make content, share your creativity, learn from your mistakes, communicate, build a community, grow as an editor, be unique, play with different styles, be confident, and most of all, keep grinding. That's pretty much it. And that's a deep dive of kind of everything that I did growing up on YouTube and figuring out what works and what doesn't work. And that's the biggest thing, is once you can break down your entire channel and figure out what works, then you're also going to know what doesn't work. And sometimes you have to try. You have to fail before you can succeed, because success is not right away. It's not like, oh, the first time I make something, I'm going to blow up. It takes time, effort, and your time. So break it down, plan how much time you can put into YouTube, and make your own self known. Like make your own stuff known in a way that is different. So you have to look at everything. If you want to be this person on YouTube, you can be that person, but don't just copy them right away. Like if you want to be Mr. Beast, that's hard to do, because you can film and edit in his style, but then everyone's gonna be like, oh, you're just copying Mr. Beast and stuff. So like, what can you do differently than him? Like I look at a guy named Eric. Eric started really small, and then he started making similar content to Mr. Beast, but it was different in the way that he went about filming, the presentation and everything. And now he's like blowing up to like 10 million plus subscribers within like a year to 2 years, which is awesome, because he found out what works in his niche and then he expanded on that topic, and now he's working with people like Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, all these amazing creators, right? So I say all this stuff and I present it in this form because it's not always going to work, but if you create because you want to and not because of it's a job, then it's going to be easy. I say easy as in to encourage you, but it's really not. It's going to be hard. You're going to fail a lot, but what it's going to teach you is it's going to allow you to learn what's working on your channel. And that's the biggest thing, is once you learn what works, then you will be extremely successful in the long run. But it keeps it exciting, and it just makes stuff like this podcast that I'm posting, it makes it rewarding, because you can help people. You can help a lot of people, and you might find it enjoyable, because I really enjoy making tutorials, and I'm going to continue making those as long as I can. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know by clicking that like button, and subscribe if you're new. because I'm going to be making some more podcasts every week. Next week, we got a banger coming, so stay tuned. Peace, guys.